Hello, Dr. Supriya.
Beautiful evening and a lovely good morning, good noon to all the beautiful people who are watching us on the global talk show by Business Power Academy Netherlands. And today we have an amazing guest from USA, none other than Gregory Greene. Welcome, Gregory, to our show today.
Thank you, Dr. Supriya. So very happy to be here.
Well,
good morning, world. Good afternoon, world. Good evening.
Exactly. Well, Gregory is a professional corporate trainer, language consultant, and sales and customer service. And he's a multi-talented person, which we can see in his journey. And now I am so excited to host him today. So let's take this journey on. And Gregory, we would love to know your journey from you. Yes.
Dr. Supriya, my journey has been one of fun challenges and excitement. It started back in, I'm originally from the United States in Stockton, California. I'm a farm guy. If anybody's ever had asparagus, I come from the asparagus capital of the world. Good education, good family. Mom worked with the police department. Father was a vice principal. Good mentors, strong spiritual community. Really just, a good path. Got into education early after college. Was a physical science and special education teacher. Had a passion for teaching, even probably because my father was a principal and an educator. And, my dad always said, try to do what you love and love what you do and find something where you'll feel like you never have to work a day in your life. And that stuck with me. And I was in education for about 10 years. And then reality kind of sat with me where, unfortunately, in an ideal society, I truly believe we would each want to be teachers. But in today's world, the value of teachers economically isn't there as it should be, I feel. So I journeyed into sales, but remembered my grandmother always telling me to use the gifts that I had been given. So I started to work in sales to make the financial means, but then would volunteer at the local library teaching English literacy. I've taught about 16 different cultures from Southeast Asia, Mexico, Eastern Europe, and I did that for about 6 years. Wonderful. It was totally free, doing what you love, empowered a lot of great people, from older gentlemen that just wanted to get their certification so they could get a better job, to people with learning disabilities that necessarily had, they couldn't speak English. It was just a matter of comprehending and pronunciation. So I did that for about 6 years. Enjoyed sales, excelled at sales because in my philosophy, the customer is God. And I am very fortunate to be a servant of God. That's my own personal philosophy when it comes to customer service. So selling was easy because selling was service. And when selling is service, it's very simple. As long as we don't over-present and we make that connection and we find out what the need is, then we can fulfill it. Did that for about 6 years. And then I literally kind of grew tired of California. I mean, I had been everywhere in California, all the places, made the connections, but decided that I got to a point where my mother and father were retired. So I knew that they were in a good state. And I decided to kind of stretch out of my comfort zone that I think we all need to at one point of our time. So I stretched out of my comfort zone. And as far as I could stretch was in Alaska. And I relocated to Alaska with little financial means, started building my network there, kept a passion with sales, still volunteered, found a local library where I could, volunteer my time. And then this is around the early 2000s, and self-development was just starting to kick off. In the US, everybody knows Tony Robbins. In India, here is Arfeen Khan. But self-development was something, Zig Ziglar, and it was something that, I think we all know innately we can do better or we want more, but might not have the necessary skill set. Or I call it the toolbox, where you want to self-repair, but you don't have the toolbox. And I was having, I think it was like a green tea or maybe a cold coffee at a restaurant, and I'd seen a flyer speaking to me about being the best you could be, unlocking your potential. And I went to a trainer, and her name was Dr. Doris Greenwood. And she had taught something called neuro-linguistic programming, which I had no idea was. But I attended the webinar, and I took a couple of psychology courses in college, but what hooked me with NLP was the sessions weren't talking about my past. And I work with psychologists all the time, people who got their MAs, therapists, counselors, and they're so stuck in talking about the past and sometimes re-traumatizing, they're not talking about the outcome. In NLP, in this 5-day course, it talked about my outcomes and my potential and what tools would I need to accomplish my potential. And then it put time on it, because we all make these long declarations of I'm going to do this, but until you code it with time, you can't really kinesthetically step into it. And NLP allowed me to do this. And so I had taken the practitioner course, and I wanted to learn more. And they had offered a master's course in practitioner. And one of the things is I was always willing to work. So I literally took a second job as a waiter, because I'm a regular guy. I would never ask my mother or father to invest in me when I could do it myself. So I took a second job and paid for this NLP master course, and was totally flipped the script on what I thought was possible, changed it from California to Alaska to where I wanted to see the world and see what possibilities were out there for me in the world, and really thought that NLP could do this. So I developed a relationship with Dr. Doris. She asked me to join her as her assistant. I studied under her, eventually coming to India. Immediately, I think first day I was in India, this was doing Ganpati, and I'm in Mumbai. And literally there's a first day there's a festival of Ganpati. Guy comes across, puts a band on my head, puts the red dot, throws me in a party, and I'm partying in the streets of Mumbai, and I'm less than 12 hours. And I'm like, this is the place where I can dig it. I love it. And I had studied with Dr. Doris and the late Dr. David Lincoln. He was running his organization, and Doris was working with her. And I studied under David and Doris, and told him I really love India. And he said, well, why don't you move here? No. Well, let me just make that happen. Let me just Let me just get that job. Didn't know how, no clue, no idea. You know, somebody tell you, you like it, move there. Yeah, right. But I went back to NLP, and there was something called the NLP time matrix. And in this time matrix, you step into it kinesthetically, and we use things like not only visually seeing it, but using, you know, kind of neural pathways to change your language, change your thought frame. And literally, I stepped into me being in India. I gave myself, I said, okay, within 2 years, 1 year, I'll have the resources to do it. People would ask me, where are you going? And I just got back, I said, I'm going back to India. And they would just look at me like, okay, sounds good, buddy. And I used my network. I got on the internet and secured a job in Mumbai within 6 months. So this 2 years had become 6 months. Moved to Mumbai, got a job at a BPO, working as a corporate trainer. So now I'm doing corporate training in the morning, and in the evening, still having a passion for English. I find out that there's a market for English teachers and English language, which I already knew. But once you're out and you understand that in business in the 21st century, the language, whether you're in Dubai, Russia, whatever you are, in the global standard is English in business communication. So I capitalized on that and start working with corporates, leaders, instructing them in English. I worked with actors that wanted to transition to Canada or the United States and worked with them with English. And that was my passion, and kept NLP, using NLP techniques, but teaching English. Dr. Doris and I, the business grew, and we were offering accreditations from the United States, which I found out, you know, certifications are really big worldwide. And we were certifying not only from the American Board of Neuro-Linguistic Programming, but from the original Society of Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And I worked my way through the ranks of becoming from the practitioner to the master practitioner, to an NLP trainer, to an NLP master trainer, developing my modalities, picking up hypnotherapy, picking up emotional intelligence. And we had an opportunity, and everything is about being in the right place in the right time and speaking your heart and manifesting it. And we had an opportunity to work with, was at the time, back in 2014, was a wellness center called Illuminations Health and Wellbeing Center in Dubai. Love you guys. And this was in 2014, and it was the very first health and wellness center. Well, here we are, 2021, and Illumination is the #1 health and wellness center in Dubai. They have centers in 2 parts of Dubai, one in Abu Dhabi. The creator, Sonia, is brilliant. Love you, Sonia. I became working as a therapist there, having a passion. My passion is not only, I'm not a coach. I'm somebody that shares what I learned with another person. Now, if you want to label me a coach or you want to label me a trainer, that's what the corporate world is going to ask on LinkedIn. I mean, you can say, I help people on your profile on LinkedIn, and you may get scrolled over. So I had to put, you know, these titles. But at very essence, I'm a human being that has acquired a skill set to assist the next human being that may not have that skill set.
Wow, this is really great, Gregory, and I am congratulating you for your grand success how you moved into your BPO trainer as an English coach and as an NLP practitioner. That's really a lot of, you're a multi-talented person, I must say. So many qualities, so many versatilities. Well, moving to this show. Exactly. Well, Gregory, what kind of challenges you had faced in your journey? And that will be the greatest thing to share with our global audience today.
Okay, the greatest challenges is taking a bet and chance on yourself. That's the greatest challenge. The challenge is stretching out of your comfort zone. Stretch out of your comfort zone and dream the impossible. Find the skills that will require you to turn that dream into a reality. So you have the dream. First, I want you to dream big. I want you to dream big. That was my challenge, to dream big, but then to acquire the knowledge and the techniques to make my dream a reality. So if you are listening, I want you to dream big. And my challenge was to find the skills to turn those dreams into reality. My challenge is having a big heart, but that's not a challenge simply because if you do what your heart tells you to, then you may have financial loss, but I'm a big believer in karma and I play it forward. So follow your heart, whether it be in a relationship, in a business relationship, in a personal relationship with your family. Stay true to your heart because that's who you are. And you may have your heart broken. You may be disappointed. But if you start with good intentions, which I have started with, then, I believe in this life I've been rewarded, and then maybe in the next life I will be rewarded. But, the challenge is stay true to yourself. It's so easy to settle for less. What is less? For me, a less was a job with security, a job with health insurance, a comfort zone where you had friends and family. All these are a comfort zone, but if you're not dreaming big, you're going to have to leave that comfort zone. And that's a challenge. And I challenge each and every one of you that's listening to stretch out and believe what is possible and what is impossible. There are no failures. There's only feedback. How do we learn? We learn through failure. And we take that and we apply it as feedback. And so now I always ask people that I work with, are you making enough mistakes? Are you really making enough mistakes? Because that's how you're going to learn. And I've made plenty of mistakes. I continue to, and I take it as growth.
Great one. This is Gregory, and really a great thing you have today escalated. Follow your heart, dream big. And when you will dream big, you will have challenges, but those challenges will be giving you a lot of opportunities. So this is really, really great, Gregory. Follow your heart is very important. Yeah. And I love that. And I love this.
You dream big. I mean, you're dreaming big. You have a global forum.
Right.
But I'm sure someone may have told you possibly not to follow that. But you chose to follow your dream. Right. And that's what we do at Dr. Doris NLP and Conscious Solutions Certifications. We empower you to dream big, and we give you the tools. And I want each and every one of you, this is from the heart. Take a chance on yourself. You may have to leave your comfort zone and it may be scary, it may be lonely, but as long as you have that passion, you will move forward. You will.
Well, Gregory, now I would, after knowing your beautiful, incredible, and full of challenges life story, I would love to know what is your mission and a beautiful message to our global audience. So I'm merging these two questions together.
Oh, it's simple. Each one, teach one. That's simple. That's easy. Each one, teach one. That's it. Each one, teach one. You know, very simply today, we do trainings and we train high-level corporates, and I enjoy that. But what I really most enjoy is a teacher that's teaching at the 9th or standard that wants to make an impact to the student, but doesn't know how. That's what makes me happy. That's why I do what I do. I literally work 7 days a week from 2 to 12, and it's not work because I love it. When you know how it is, when you take a day off, you're like, I could be doing this. I could be calling this client. You know, there's a mental health worker and she needs more skills. So my job is not only to give her a skill set, but then you make it affordable. You work with the client. I've worked with clients for 3 years that wanted to learn NLP or emotional intelligence, timing they couldn't get leave. You keep that communication. You say, this is going to happen. If it's important enough to you, when you get your leave, the courses are internationally certified, so they're expensive. I tell you, if I have to work with you for 12 months, 24 months, we will find a way. I never want money. Don't let money be the reason that you stop on your dream. I had to take a second job that was lower. People say, but you're a teacher and you're a waiter at night. It doesn't matter. If it gets you to where you want to be, you're going to do it.
This is awesome, Gregory. And yes, money should not be a reason for you to just hold on your dreams and keep moving forward in your life. Keep moving with your passion, follow your passion. That's the beautiful message, Gregory, you have delivered today, rendered today. And I'm so, so happy to host you today. It's my great honor. Thank you so much. And there, I would love to announce something for my global audience. If you really want to excel in emotional intelligence or neuro-linguistic programming, then none other than can be a better coach than Gregory and Dr. Doris, which I know them personally. So please go on. Please acknowledge their course. Please, I highly recommend their courses. So keep making your life and keep changing your life and transforming your life too. So once again, thank you, Gregory. And it was really, really nice to you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everyone. Yeah.
Bye, everybody. See you soon. Thank you, Dr. Supriya.